If one player embodies the new Manchester United under Erik Ten Hag, it's Marcus Rashford. The Englishman is in devastating form, already bearing down on the 30-goal mark in his most prolific campaign to date. United fans are back in love with their number 10, and his peers have been quick to pour praise on his performances. Ten Hag has labelled him unstoppable, Paul Scholes called him nothing short of brilliant, while even Barcelona boss Xavi admitted Rashford is one of the most dangerous players in Europe. Yet few could have predicted the 25-year-old was on the cusp of such a glorious return to grace. Last season he only managed 6 goal involvements altogether in the Premier League, a dismal return that threatened to leave his international and United future in jeopardy. 4 straight absences from Gareth Southgate's England squad meant his chances of playing in Qatar looked in serious doubt. Now there is almost no one ahead of him on the team sheet. So how has Marcus Rashford re-emerged as one of the most devastating forwards in the game? Let's find out in our latest Football Daily Explained. Last season, Marcus Rashford was a shadow of his former self, but his trouble started back in November 2020 when he tore a muscle in his left shoulder. Instead of getting surgery, the young forward decided to play through the pain, unwilling to jeopardise his spot in England's Euro 2020 squad and aware of the packed schedule in United's calendar. Weekly painkilling injections would restrict his flexibility, speed and strength, and things only got worse when he tweaked some ligaments in his right foot the following January. Yet Rashford was one of United's most important players regardless, appearing 57 times across the campaign. In the league, only Bruno Fernandes, Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire would earn more minutes, while just Bruno bettered his 20 goal involvements. His season culminated in a disastrous Europa League final defeat to Villarreal, during which Rashford missed a golden opportunity. However, worse was to come. Rashford was almost non-existent for England at Euro 2020. He played just 83 minutes in their 7-game run to the final, where he missed his penalty. Heartbreak at Wembley, which triggered sinister repercussions, with Rashford, Bukayo Saka and Jadon Sancho targeted with horrific racial abuse. "I've had a difficult season. I think that's clear for everyone to see," said Rashford in response. "I probably went into that final with a lack of confidence. I've always backed myself for a penalty, but something didn't quite feel right." With the season over, the former Fletcher Moss Rangers youngster finally got surgery on his shoulder, ruling him out until mid-October. And when he returned, the message from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was clear: prioritise football. Rashford has captured the public's imagination with his selfless charity work and activism, successfully raising awareness of issues ranging from children food poverty to homelessness. This earned him an MBE in October 2021. However, his dip in form has seen ex-pros pounce on his off-field exploits, with Wayne Rooney also suggesting that Rashford had taken on too much responsibility. Questions of his dedication to football reportedly annoyed Rashford, especially given the 2021-22 campaign was disastrous for the entire squad. Solskjaer was sacked in November with the team in freefall, leading to stories of a broken and bitter dressing room. PSG appeared ready to move for Rashford too, with their president Nasser Al-Khelaifi openly admitting he was a fan of the forward. But Rashford wasn't playing well enough to justify his spot on the left flank at Old Trafford. By April, his stats compared to new signing Jadon Sancho were alarming. He had created 9 chances to the former Borussia Dortmund star's 35, had recovered the ball 37 times to 84, and completed 21 take-ons to 36. With Sancho excelling on the left, Rashford was pushed out to the right. But even there, Anthony Elanga emerged as a more viable option. From the 15th of January onwards, Elanga created more opportunities, recovered the ball more, and attempted more take-ons than Rashford, ending the campaign with 14 starts to the Englishman's 13 in the league. By his own confession, the change of position didn't work, but particularly under Ralf Rangnick, who showed an increasing lack of faith in the academy product. In a 1-1 draw at Old Trafford against Leicester in April, the German coach benched Rashford, the only fit and available forward, instead opting to start Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes in attack. "Rashford needs a manager like you wouldn't believe," said Gary Neville after the game. "This is a real low for him. Damaged from multiple injuries, out of position, outplayed by his teammates and attacked for his off-field commitments, Rashford needed a substantial change in 2022-23. As Rashford discovered the hard way, a strong pre-season is vital to any footballer. Ahead of the current campaign, he was determined to get in shape before the action began, taking himself to the Nike HQ in Portland, USA, and a college base in New Jersey. Rashford lent heavily into data analysis to improve his performance, in particular his speed. For example, he realised he was losing a 10 1/10 of a second by leaning on his back left foot at the point of takeoff. Along with a dedicated running and strength program, Rashford arrived for United's pre-season tour in excellent shape. There, he found a new coach to impress in Erik ten Hag. And impress he did, scoring twice and playing more minutes than anyone in the club's 6-match tour of Thailand, Australia and Norway. The relationship with Ten Hag immediately clicked, leading the Dutchman to dismiss any speculation that Rashford could leave Old Trafford in the summer. It's a connection that has continued to serve the number 10 well, as are the changes taking place within the Red Devils. Ten Hag has taken a wrecking ball to the Manchester United of old, combining a switch-up of personnel with a gradual new playing style that is delivering results and silverware. United have gone back to playing fast on the transition. They spend less time in the middle third of the pitch, preferring to bypass the centre and hit the agile and pacey forward line, who create space for each other by dragging their opponents out of position. An aging Cristiano Ronaldo didn't have the appetite to play in this system, while Wout Weghorst has been surprisingly mobile, operating as a number 10 in the midfield rather than the spearhead everyone imagined the 6'6" striker to be. And no one has benefited more from United's re-energised forward line than Rashford. Fit and healthy, the 25-year-old is back in his preferred position on the left. He may be involved in play less than ever, only touching the ball under 40 times a match, but Ten Hag has spoken publicly about how he wants Rashford to be ready to explode when required. A player like Marcus, they have the skills and only need one moment to change the game in a positive way. Focusing more purely on attacking has allowed Rashford to find himself in better goal-scoring positions. He is back to over 3 shots a match for the first time since 2018-19, while his shots on target have nearly doubled from last season. He is also shooting closer to the net than ever before, while 10 of his 14 league goals have been within 12 yards. It helps too that he has rediscovered the art of scoring headers, netting 3 this term, having only done so once in the past 3 years. Again, Rashford is helped dramatically by his teammates, in particular the ball players of the side, whose numbers have swollen with the addition of Christian Eriksen and Casemiro. The Red Devils' new midfield pairing lead the side for progressive passes, accelerating United's quick transition down the pitch, and creating chances has become more of a team effort in general. Last season, only 4 regulars in the squad were managing over 1 pass into the penalty area per 90. However, this term it's 8, including Marcel Sabitzer, Diogo Dalot and Luke Shaw, who has formed an effective partnership with his fellow Englishman down the left flank. When Manchester United regain possession, they are immediately looking for Rashford. But rather than hit it to his feet, Ten Hag has got the side playing into the space in front of him, allowing him to run onto the ball and utilise his devastating pace, which often clocks over 33 km per hour. It means he is taking on opposition defences almost 4 times a match and carrying the ball 1.7 times into the penalty area per 90, among the strongest numbers for a forward in Europe. Another key factor is how confident Rashford appears on the pitch. A leader in the squad, his celebration of pointing to his temple is a nod to his new improved mentality, showing that his head is in the game, and he is benefiting from the raise in standards under Ten Hag at Carrington. Rashford was dropped for turning up late to a team meeting ahead of a New Year's Eve trip to Wolves, regardless of his form, yet responded with a winner off the bench. Ten Hag has set a precedent that has helped push not just the forward but the whole team to greater things this term. Just don't mention that recent defeat to Liverpool. The Englishman has been brutally honest about his shortcomings in 2021-22. In his own words, "I can't get it back, but one thing I can do is learn from it and try and do everything I can to make sure it doesn't happen again." And learn from it he has. Rashford is stronger, quicker and more in tune with his game than ever before, while he is a manager who knows how to unlock his true potential. Even Jurgen Klopp has admitted he's happy to see him back on form. And if that's the Liverpool boss saying it, then you can safely assume that fans everywhere are enjoying his redemption too. So that was our FD Explained on how Marcus Rashford has reinvented himself. But United fans, how happy are you to see the Rashford of old? Let us know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, why not hit the like button and subscribe to Football Daily with notifications on, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.